more about some of the theoretical side of networking, and you've mentioned PIE model, PIE model networking. It's an interesting name, first of all. Maybe say a little bit more about that.
Well, the PIE theory of networking is a guy called Harvey Coleman, an American, who's written a lot about this. And he says an outrageous thing. He says P stands for performance. Now what he says is how well you do your job contributes 10% to your career progress. Now, surely that's nuts. Surely do a great job and it's going to be like 90% of your career progress is doing a super job and you will soar. He says no. He's doing a super job is the minimum. It's mandatory. It's what's expected. It gets you on the ladder. It doesn't get you up the ladder. It gets you on the pitch. It gets you into the stadium of competition. He said you get paid on performance. You get promoted on what other people think of your potential. So this leads to the I of the PIE theory. I stands for image. He said your image is 30% of your career progress. And 30%, so your image is back to that stuff about reputation. What are you known for? You know, what does your boss think of you? What's your boss's boss think of you? How do you present yourself? So he says that's 30%. So that leaves 60% of the PIE theory of career progress is E. And E is exposure. Who's seen you in action? Who's seen you deliver? Who's seen you speak? Who's seen you at meetings? Do you do visible work? Do you do invisible work? Because he said, here's an interesting thing. He said, every decision about you, your career, your compensation, your promotion, will be taken by a group of people sitting around a table in a room, and you won't be in that room. And if nobody knows you, if nobody knows how you've contributed to the success of the organization, guess what? They're going to move right along to the next person. And so that's, again, one of those kind of harsh lessons. A lot of this stuff is stuff you don't learn at school or college. You see, progress at school or college in Ireland and in every country is a function of a grade, a score, a mark, and a metric. That's the way you can progress. You do your leaving cert, your junior cert, you get your qualification. Nothing wrong with that. But it's got nothing to do with the person sitting beside you or the people around you. It's about you. Then you get into the real world of work. And it's everything has got to do with the people around about you. And there's a whole series of things that count, but can't be counted. Resilience, determination, attitude, grit, humor, crack. All those things matter a whole lot. But you can't count them, you can't measure them. And so they get ignored by traditional education institutions. Our schools and colleges don't teach networking. It's not never appeared. And suddenly you get into the real world of work and you realize this stuff's really important, really, really important. And the people who understand that and nail that make extraordinary strides. That's not to say that being talented and good and hard work, they all matter a lot. But lots of people are like that. So you mentioned the Olympics. I'm watching Mona McSherry last night. You know, it's hundreds of a seconds, the difference between winning a medal and not winning a medal. Life is a game of inches. It's all about marginal gains. So I learned that watching a guy called David Brailsford years ago, who took over UK GB cycling after a century winning nothing. And he introduced the notion of marginal gains, breaking down cycling into every constituent element and improving every element by 1%, 1%, 1%, on the basis that when they all come together, the cumulative advantage gives you that little bit extra that allows you to win something. So having won nothing in the Olympics, through in London and Rio and Tokyo, they won 16 medals, phenomenal performance by GB cycling. And then he brought his attention to the Tour de France. Again, UK had never won the Tour de France. They won 5 in 6 years by applying this principle of marginal gains. He took every cyclist's bed from hotel to hotel, their pillows from hotel to hotel. He taught them how to wash their hands so they didn't pick up any diseases. And it's this incredible focus on examining, breaking down everything you do and improving it by tiny amounts. If you want big change, do lots and lots of small changes. And you know, you're going to see it throughout the Olympics now. Medals are going to be won by fractions of a hundredth of a second, and the messages are clear for us.
Yeah.